Brian Sobel is here now with more perspective on the Supreme Court pick. So what do you think?
We'll see what the reaction is. Early reaction is sort of along party lines. Democrats are concerned about a Trump pick. Probably wouldn't have mattered who it was. And Republicans are happy with this selection.
So what do we know about Judge Neil Gorsuch?
Apparently brilliant, has written on any number of subjects. We know that he's probably pro-life. He has never weighed in on Roe v. Wade. He is against assisted suicide and euthanasia. And so other than that, he's written a lot. And in fact, in 2002, wrote a very interesting piece about the Senate confirmation process, saying that it leaves a lot of great people on the sidelines. And he cited two people, John Roberts, the head of the Supreme Court, and also Merrick Garland.
Oh, the one who had been nominated by President Obama.
And it was for a different post at that point, but he didn't think the Senate had treated either of those people very well in their confirmation hearings.
Okay, so Brenda, tell us what happens now. He made his pick. We know who it is. Tell us about the confirmation process. What happens and what needs to fall into place?
Now we'll go through hearings, and this is where the Democrats will have their shot at vetting his legal record, his writings, everything he's ever touched. Anybody he's ever talked to will be subject to questioning. They will try to profile who this individual is. They're going to find out that he breaks conservative, but on some things he is like Scalia. For example, favoring defendants in criminal court cases over the prosecution. In other words, setting the bar very high for prosecution to prosecute somebody, which you might think, hey, as a conservative, that's unusual, but it's not. So there's going to be some interesting positions we'll see emerge.
Is there any way that Democrats, in your opinion, can block him from becoming the next Supreme Court justice?
Not ultimately. There are some things they could do, like filibuster, but the filibuster can be overcome. And so I think there's going to be a big statement made because of Garland being held back, Obama's choice. And I think they'll go through all of that. At the end of the day, he will be confirmed.
And then we have to wait and see, too, because we'll have to find out how much firepower they're going to use, how much ammunition, because at the end of the day, President Trump could have two more picks. He could have Ginsburg, could have Breyer.
Yes.
So that they want to waste all their ammunition now in blocking this, because essentially they're trading a conservative for a conservative.
Right, and somebody who, in many respects, writes like and thought like Scalia. So you're right, it's a trade. Now, you know, how much, as you say, do you want to utilize against this person when you know you're really going to have to come together to block the next one?
Brian, while we have you here, let's broaden this out a little bit. President Trump has been in office now for a little more than a week. You've been around the political process for years. Give us your perspective on President Trump and his first week and a half in office.
Well, it's been stunning in the sense that every 3 minutes we're getting an announcement or an executive order or an executive memorandum or something. But it's nothing that he didn't talk about in the campaign. He said, I'm going to hit the ground running, and I've got these things that I want to accomplish. And in a week and a half, he's been everywhere, done everything, talked to world leaders. If you want to criticize him, easy enough, but you can't criticize him for his energy. He's out there doing a lot of stuff.
We were talking earlier about the way he came out tonight and rolled out his pick for U.S. Supreme Court. It was a more toned down, a more calm President Trump. More thoughts on that?
Yes, he was a different president tonight. I think he understood. He's beginning to understand, if I may guess,
the
nuances and the gravity of some of his decision making. The Supreme Court justice will be there if he lives a long, good life for another 30 years, 35 years on the bench. That's a big deal. That's way beyond his presidency. And so as he starts seeing the import of what he's doing, he may sober a little bit and be soft-spoken at times.
Okay, Brian, thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Appreciate your perspective.
Absolutely.